great to meet you. You've kind of got a bit of Kiwi bloke about you that we love. We always love that about you. The Scots and the Kiwis are quite similar.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. One of my best buddies is from New Zealand. He's flying back there today, and he's big, strong guy, very self-deprecating sense of humour.
Likes beer.
Yeah, and we very rarely, we send each other texts, and it never is without a swear word, putting the other person down.
Right. What's the favourite one?
I can't listen. Yesterday alone, we had ugly fucker. We had. I can't even tell you two of the other words.
I feel lots of bleeps coming on in this interview.
It was, and literally it was, what are you up to, fucker? No, what about you, fucker? And then there was a few other expletives that
we're so
went
classy, aren't we?
Yeah.
Kiwis and
the Scots. Kiwis and the Scots, I know.
Anyway, let's talk about your new film. You get to do a lot. I feel like you embrace the opportunity to kind of put your body on the line, and this film is no exception. There's lots of stunts. It's kind of action. You get to chase Jennifer Aniston around.
Yeah, I have a pretty beaten up body from all these movies, from the 300s and the Gamers, and then this one, because there was a lot of running, a lot of banging about, jumping off roofs, hitting the ground. But it's always. But then again, to be honest, I didn't have it anywhere near as bad as she did.
No, you went in heels.
Exactly. She's running around in, what do you call them, Manolo Blahniks?
Well
Is
done.
that right?
You've been in New York for at least a day.
I know. Manolo Blahniks. That's a good my American accent is. That was awful. Just like in the movie. In that tight skirt.
Yeah.
It was great, listen, all the guys on set were very happy with that situation,
Indeed.
but it was, I was
you were
one
chasing it closely,
I was one of the guys on set, so I'm the first to admit. But yeah, and the handcuffs, and she's dragging car doors around, and constantly I'm handcuffing her to the car, to the bed. I'm pretty much handcuffing her everywhere.
Good day.
What a life. Tight skirt, high heels, handcuffing her all over the place. Yeah.
So it was good.
I'm getting hot under the collar.
It was. I mean, you've had some great leading ladies, and how would you describe your Team Aniston experience, or have you just encapsulated it for us perfectly there?
By what? Sorry?
Your Team Aniston experience was a good one by the sounds of it.
The best.
Yeah.
The best. She's. Anybody that would hang out with Jen would just fall in love with her, and I mean in the nicest way. I mean, yeah, she's sexy, but she's a really cool girl. So down to earth, and great people around her that work with her that I think really says a lot about a person. No attitude, no diva-ish behaviour whatsoever. In fact, I took a leaf out of her, but I was learning a lot from her.
Like what?
Well, for instance, even during those stunts, I've done a lot of stunts, and I get hurt a lot. But if I get hurt, I'm like, I got hurt. Look,
well, you're a bloke,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's running around with. There was one time you looked down, there's blood pouring down her hand. After the car crash, and we're searching through the car. Cuts and bruises because real handcuffs are exceptionally uncomfortable, especially when you're dragging a car door around. Never was like, this hurts.
Yeah.
Or like, oh look, my hand's bleeding. Well, in fact, that's what she said. It was like, oh look,
I'm bleeding
my
to
hand's
death.
bleeding. Yeah.
It's women versus men. That's why we have childbirth.
Yeah.
And you go to the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You were great.